You're listening to the Sales Hunter podcast. What am I talking about today? I'm talking about your prospects are just not what you think they are. I'm going to challenge your thinking. I'm going to challenge who you have as prospects. And the show begins right now. What percent of your prospects actually wind up becoming customers? I want you to do a deep dive and understand this. Here's what I find. Far too often, those prospects that you've got, you start off on a Monday and you think they're great prospects. And by Friday, you've realized they're just shiny objects. No, really what happens is you get these prospects on a Monday and it's 2-3 months later that you realize they're nothing more than a shiny object. Why are we chasing these? For some reason, we get caught up in the euphoria. We get caught up in the excitement that this is a perfect prospect. This is a perfectly, this is going to make our quarter. I can help these people. Hey, you know what? I've even been guilty of doing the same thing. Here's the deal. You've got to qualify fast. Don't think for a moment that prospect that hangs out there and says, oh, well, here's a little piece. They throw you a little bone and then they come back a month later, throw you a little bone, throw you another bone. And all you do is you keep thinking they're a shiny object. Let me tell you something. You don't have time for shiny objects in your pipeline. This is how your pipeline winds up becoming a sewer pipe. We're all better than this. I want to spend more time with fewer prospects. So here's the situation. I want to qualify fast. And if I can't bring it to fruition, if I can't turn them, then why am I chasing? Here's the thing. If they're not sharing with me proprietary information early on, they're not a prospect. Proprietary information, what's that? That means information not known publicly. 2, if they don't line up with your ICP, and don't think for a moment, well, hey, this would be a great new ICP for us to go into. Don't even think about that. This is not the time for you to suddenly think, oh, wow, this is a new vertical for us. No. You think about that much further down the road. I'll get into that in a later podcast. Here's the whole situation. If they don't line up with your ICP today, why are you dancing with them? 3, if they haven't given you some sense of a timeline of their decision-making and what the process is, then again, I don't have time to dance with them. Just because it's a big opportunity, just because it's got, wow, huge potential, just because it's a logo you'd love to have or a person you'd like to be working with, that does not make them a prospect you want to be going after. You have to be incredibly judicious about who you allow in your pipeline. Sales managers, please don't look to your salespeople to have them be stuffing the pipe. But that's what they're doing. They're stuffing the pipe and it winds up turning into a sewer pipe. I have said this for many, many years. I don't want a sales pipeline that is plugged up because that's a sewer pipe. What I want is a water tap. I want leads that are going in there and turning out to be customers very, very fast. And when I mean very, very fast, check the previous episode where I was talking about land and expand, because again, this is how I get people on board fast. But here's the situation. If I'm not moving rapidly, don't move them. And here's the thing. Don't think for a moment that you can force the prospect along. You can't. See, there has to be some sense of gravitational pull on the part of the prospect towards you. If they are not demonstrating some sort of interest in you and your solution, not your product, but your solution, then cut them loose. You don't have time. Hey, what I'm trying to help you with right now is this whole piece of keeping you focused on your best prospects, the prospects that you can bring in and close rapidly. This means, number 1, staying tight to your ICP. Number 2, staying very clear and asking difficult questions up front to get the answers to the questions that I shared with you earlier. And 3, making sure you understand their timeline for making a decision and that you know how they will actually buy. This might mean the budget. This might mean the person, whatever it might be. But I'll tell you what, if you can't get there early on, stop chasing them. Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. What has this been? This has been another very short episode, single topic like I do each week. Each week you get 2 episodes on the Sales Hunter podcast. One a short episode like this, and the other one a longer, more deep dive with a sales expert. What is the Sales Hunter podcast all about? It's about helping you become the salesperson you can be. Hey, do me a favor. Subscribe, rate, and review the show on your favorite podcast app. Would you? Because I'll tell you what, it's all about helping people. And that's why I also have the Sales Hunter University. If you're not familiar with it, go out to thesaleshunter.com and you'll see the link right there. Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Great selling.